Hey, I'm totally hijacking my tech blog today, sorry about that. But I wanted to let those of you who live up in New York City know that this Saturday, that is November 12th, I'm going to be teaching a workshop on 8th Avenue Pearl Studios called Exploring Tech. It's going to be on plane shifting, toroid flowers, and probably a little bit of hybrid families as well. So, if you live in the area, you should check it out at this link right here. That is drexfactorny.eventbrite.com, and yeah, I hope to see a lot of you out there. Thanks so much, and on with the show. Howdy. So, for those of you who haven't seen it just yet, Erik de Guzman, that is E6 from Falls Church, Virginia, posted a freaking awesome video on toroid flowers earlier this week. In fact, I would recommend you check it out so very much. I'm going to give you the link right now to go check out, and it's okay. You can go watch it and come back. I'll be sitting here waiting for you. But watching it has been incredibly inspiring, both because Erik is performing some of the toroid flower moves as clean, way cleaner than I have seen anybody else do them so far, and applying theory in ways that I think is incredibly cool and incredibly inspiring. So I've been just going off the hook, playing with ideas today in an effort to play off some of those concepts. But one of the first things that I wanted to put out there was Erik spends a lot of the video talking about toroid flowers in split time opposites, which is awesome, but what about the other timing and direction combinations? So there have been a lot of ideas that have come out of seeing that video and kind of playing around with the ideas in it, but I wanted to start off with giving you guys something basic coming out of it. So here we go. We're going to do timing and direction with toroid flowers, and I'm going to restrict myself today to just working in toroid flowers where the poi are either moving same time, same direction in relation to each other, or split time opposite. So it's basically the same vocabulary that Erik was playing with in his own video. So to start with, how do you get that toroid motion clean? Because as any of you who saw my last video know, I do not do this stuff cleanly. But that's changing now, because now I've seen what it looks like to do it cleanly, and it actually looks pretty badass. So I'm resorting to an old trick from learning flowers, which is when you're learning flowers, you can pick each of these 4 compass points and be like, okay, I'm going to do 2 rotations, 2 rotations, 2 rotations, 2 rotations, and work my way down to being able to pass between each point seamlessly, right? Okay, so if we take that same concept with the toroid flowers, we're going to do an isolated toroid flower, which means that the plane is always oriented the same way towards you. So from body center, that is right here, it's always going to seem like the poi is going away from you. So, for example, we'd started off in what's going to look like forward buzzsaw right in front of us, and then as it's passing through that center point, we're going to bend it around to being in a horizontal plane, but still rotating away from the body center in the middle right there. Our next move, of course, is going to be as it's moving through that body center again, we're going to pop it up vertically. Once again, looks like it's moving away from body center right here, that is away from our face. And the next time it's shooting through that middle part of the donut right there, we pop it away, set it in a horizontal plane, and finally, this is the easy part, when the poi is rotating through body center, all you have to do is let the poi head drop, and it brings you right back to that beginning point. So you can take it from, doing your 2 rotations in each spot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so on and so forth until you get to a point where you're comfortable enough to do a single rotation in each spot. Dear Lord, look at that improvement. Some of you guys may be noticing that there's something kind of funky about how I'm holding the poi plane in relation to my hand. I have a hypothesis that part of the cleaning up of this move involves making an active decision about where the poi plane is in relation to your hand. So in this particular case, I am rotating the poi plane around always such that in relation to the poi head, it always appears that my hand is on the same side of the tether, right? So in this particular case right here, it's, the hand is leading the way, so to speak. The hand arrives at each point before the poi does. So hand first, hand first, hand first, hand first, hand first, right? And it produces a pretty good result. I don't know that it's essential just yet, but it's been helping. Okay, so you learned that with both hands. Next step then is to try and actually make them work together. So easiest one is always same time, same direction, which we start in this position right here with both of them moving same time, same direction away from us in buzzsaw plane, and work our way through the 4 points. Piece of cake. Okay, so now let's do same time opposites, which likewise is going to start down here with the poi rotating forwards in buzzsaw. But this time we're going to pop them out to the sides and up to the top, and then the final step, get them horizontal, and there's this awful moment where you have to kind of like shoot the poi out forwards and somehow avoid entangling them, which I'm only having about a 50-50 success rate on that right now. Cool. The next one, of course, is going to be that split time opposites pattern that Erik was playing with, in which he does infinitely cleaner than I do. I'm having some problems getting the poi to line up properly in their horizontal positions. And of course you could try doing it from a buzzsaw place, top and bottom. But I feel like that is only making the move less clean. Anyway, last one, of course, split time, same direction, which I'm not going to lie, this one's really ugly still. There's an interesting spot where if you're doing split time, same direction with a flower, your arms cross over and they can't keep going. So the two solutions we usually have to this are either to perform it only in wheel plane, or to have a moment where we switch from anti-spin to extension to escape from it, or some people will use isolations to get out of it, what have you. I'm kind of BSing the end of this, but essentially I think because of the rotation of the poi, there is a spot where you can switch them around such that that left hand gets back on top again. And like I said, this one, ugly, but hopefully the central idea is intact there, right? Oh, yeah. And of course, once you've unlocked something like this, you've got the option of switching between the timing and direction combinations as you see fit. And then it's in a neighborhood that we're really familiar with, so it makes the transitions a lot easier. So, yeah, more on this to come. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, have yourselves a great week. Peace.